All right, I'm out here rolling around in the swamp here today. Finally getting deep in. Usually it takes me about to this time in the early fall to where I can really get back to some of these spots back here. The water level sort of goes down and it'll kick back in once fall is in spring, and it'll start getting real deep again, and I'll have to get on the high boots to make it out to some of these parts. But the swamp is quite large, and I love, it's just great being a brush rat out here. And one of the things that really helps is having a good large knife when you're out here in the swamp. And I chose this Ontario SP5. I'm not going to do a review on this yet. As I've explained, I like to have knives for at least a year, get the honeymoon phase out of the way before I go presenting them to you and extolling their virtues. But I stripped this in a previous video, and as you can see, we're already taking on a patina. I'm not afraid of carbon steel blades, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that sort of, are, that for some reason, if they get any discoloration on their blade, it's a big deal. If they get any type of surface rust on their knife, it's a big deal. Well, a knife that's used often usually doesn't get any rust because you consistently abrade the rust off through use. So if you let your knife set in a drawer, perhaps you may have an issue. I live in a very wet environment. So if there's not a problem for me, it shouldn't be for most people. If you live on a shoreline, like in ocean, maybe in your using your knife in the water, perhaps it can have some issues. But people have used simple carbon steel blades for a very long time, and this is just a 1075 blade. They used to be made in 1095, the Spec Plus line, but now these are 1075. Really doesn't matter to me. But you can see there's already a slight patina developed. I didn't do anything to this knife after I stripped it. Okay, I didn't oil it or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I washed it off in a sink and just wiped it off with a towel. And so coming out here today, a lot of the brush is wet, and I've had to literally hack my way through a lot of these areas out here to just to get back to where I am right now, which is a nice higher ground. I'm sort of on a peninsula out in the middle of this large swamp. So stay tuned, and I'm just going to set up a simple camp, and we'll have more to come. Thanks for watching.